What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another day, another video. Well, it's like the end of the day now because, well, see, I've already gone to work and come home, and it is currently about 6 p.m. and we have somebody coming to look at the Dodge, the 2001 Dodge Ram 1500. Oh, the 5-inch lift, the super clean frame and body. Oh boy, hopefully the person that's coming to take a look at it will enjoy it, they will like it, and the couple things that it needs done: U-joints on the front drive shaft and the 4x4 actuator, the central axle disconnect up here on the front axle. Those couple things need to get replaced. The 4-wheel drive light doesn't come on, and the U-joints are clicking when the 4-wheel drive is engaged and you start to go. There's a clicking sound coming from what sounds like right underneath the driver's seat and whatnot. Pretty positive it is the U-joint that is up in closest to the transfer case that is the worst, but all of them, there's three of them down underneath there, they need to get replaced. Now I have all new U-joints that whoever buys the truck can take, but I am not going to put money into this thing as I'm trying to get rid of it. So there's one U-joint there. And then if you come over here underneath this cross member, there's 3 U-joints. So those there and that one there, they need to get replaced, and then we are good. This thing should be good to go, ready to rock and roll. And I think that is all. So hopefully when they get here and they take a look at it and everything, it all goes well. So this right here is actually the 4-wheel drive actuator that I was talking about. You see there's 2 bolts on the top, there's 2 down here on the bottom, and then you see where that red and that black line go in, those are vacuum lines. That is the actual actuator where the lines go in, and then the thing with the 4 bolts, that is the housing for it. Both of those should probably get repaired. Now what happens is when you shift it from up inside the truck, those 2 lines are vacuum lines, and it switches over through the actuator, and in the housing is actually a little fork assembly which slides a little splined thing over and locks your axles in, engages your front differential, and boom, you're in 4-wheel drive. When those parts right there start to fail and go bad, and you can tell that that actuator is a little old, it's got some rust on it and whatnot, so it's a little old, it's overdue, needs to be changed. But when that actuator starts to go bad and it's not doing what it's supposed to properly, and it's starting to fail, the 4-wheel drive light on the dash will not come on. So the 4-wheel drive indicator light on this truck does not come on. So that is that's my sign that that actuator needs to be replaced. And you can get those for like $80 now. Used to be back in the day you had to get them from the dealership, and they were expensive. Like, I want to say up around the $300 price range, expensive. But nowadays there's so many different brands and people that have one of those on the market. And then the little housing unit, geez, you can get that from your Advanced, your AutoZone. They run you anywhere from like $28, $30, something like that. So for about 80 plus 30, about $110, you can get all that stuff replaced right there, and everything will be good. Your 4-wheel drive light will work, and you are back in business, good to go. Now, I still have not done the pads and rotors on the front of this thing. I just haven't found the time to do it. Alright, that's a little fib. I have had a couple of days where I could have probably accomplished it and got it done, but dude, I needed a break. I needed one little day, couple little days to just relax and not be worried about doing this or that and getting this done, and just some time to shut my brain off and simmer down, chill out, and just get recuperated, I should say, for the work week that was coming up. So that's what I did. I chose not to do the pads and rotors, even though it wouldn't take me that long. I needed time with the family and playing with my kids and stuff like that, and that's what I chose to do. Maybe this weekend, depending on what the work schedule is looking like, I may jack the front of this thing up and just pull off the front wheels and swap those pads and rotors out, and that'll save the new buyer, the new owner, from having to do it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the weekend brings. If we don't do anything work-wise, I'll probably want to do something so that I'm not sitting here at the house going crazy, being bored. You know how it goes. always got to be like a busybody and doing something. So maybe this weekend front pads and rotors will be installed on the truck. Otherwise, those are the two biggest things that I can think of right now that this truck needs. Everything else is good. Oh, and it needs an oil change, but that is it. An oil change, $30. Take it up to Jiffy Lube, Valvoline, one of them places, your local auto shop, garage, whatever. $30, you get full synthetic oil change and you're good to go. In and out probably half hour. Mainly what I want to do for this video right now is talk about the things that I do like and love about this truck, because I made a video about things that I disliked and things that concerned me about it, and then a couple videos later I put that the truck is for sale, and the truck is for sale only because I'm picky and I want to have a 3/4 ton truck. I've wanted to get a diesel, and I looked at a Cummins at the same time when I was looking at this, and I chose not to get it. And if you want to know why I chose not to get it and the story about that Cummins, then go back and watch my other video, the video about this truck being for sale, and you will get the rundown on all of that. But mainly this truck is for sale, not because there's anything wrong with it, not because it's a bad truck, none of that crap, solely because of what I want. And the heart wants what the heart wants, and until the heart has what it wants, it's gonna be like a little on the fence and a little like wishy-washy. So I want a 3/4 ton truck for a couple of reasons. A, it's more truck. B, it'll open up a couple more doors and a few more opportunities for me. There's someone driving by, not driving by, they're flying by. I wonder if this is the person coming to see the truck. Okay, so that most certainly was the guy that was coming to look at my 01 Dodge Ram 1500, and he likes the truck. I told him about it needing the U-joints, the 4x4 actuator and stuff, and now this kid is a mechanic, so he can do the work himself. It'll save him the repair costs from taking it to a shop. He actually has a very good job working for a large company who repairs all of our major roadways around the state, and he is the mechanic, one of their shop mechanics, and does service calls on the road and stuff like that. But as of right now, he has the offer out there. I'm gonna think on it, and we're gonna go from there. So now let's get back into the topic of what I want this video to be about, and things that I love about this truck, things that I will miss about this truck, things that I like. Well, I've already been talking about one of the main things that I absolutely love about this truck, and that is the cleanliness of the body and the frame. This thing does not have one drop of rust on it, not one spot of rust, aside from two very minor little things and a couple dents and dings in the body. This truck is, it's just clean, man, and it's tough to find a truck that is this clean. The kid even popped the hood on the truck when he was just looking at it, and he said, man, the manifolds, everything nice and clean on this truck. The other thing that I do like about this truck, and now this can be done on any truck and it doesn't just pertain to this truck, but what I do like is that the windows are tinted on it, and they were done when I got it. I would do it whether they were done or not. I would have had it done. I will have it done on the next truck that I get, just because I do like to have that little bit of privacy. And sorry, New York State, you're not going to stop me from tinting my windows. Just because a few bad people make dumb decisions and shoot police or whatever from behind tinted windows like cowards that they are, you will not stop me from having tinted windows, and I will take those tickets all day, because I like having a little bit of privacy, and it keeps things a little bit cooler in the hot summer and all that. So yeah, tinted windows, definitely a plus in my books. I also like that when I got this truck, it already had a lift kit and a 35s on it and stuff like that, so it saved me a little bit of time and money. It's all stuff that I would have looked to do anyways, but it was already done, so it saved me a little bit of time and money, and that was a nice little perk. So I will miss that. Whatever I end up getting, I'm sure will not have that on it. I will look to get something that's more along the lines of a stock truck, so I will have to go ahead and do that stuff and put it on. But wintertime will be a good time to have that done. If I can get into a shop somewhere or find a shop that I can actually get in and do the work, because I'm not going to want to pay somebody to put that stuff on. That's all like basic stuff, and if I can't get it done over the wintertime, then we will go ahead and tackle it next spring and summer when winter is gone and the weather's starting to turn nice again. But I do like the fact that this already had all the stuff installed on it. and the only thing that I needed to do if I wanted it to be a little bit different was just change out some components and parts, and I could make it my own, or swap the lift kit around a little bit and make it a little bit more, I guess, better and beefier, because this is a lower end lift kit. It is a rough country kit, but that's besides the point. I love the look of the truck as a whole. To me, there is no better looking truck than a second gen Ram. Well, I don't know. I guess I would say that it's a close one between, I'm really in love with the old body style Fords, like the 97 F250 that I had. I really love those body styles, like what is it, 94 to 97. Those bodies right there are those square bodies. Those are a nice looking truck. So that's a close one, but I think it's safe to say that I actually honestly like the second gen Rams more than that. If an old body style Ford popped up that was a crew cab, I probably would jump on that if it was the right deal. I do like that this truck came pre-wired for a stereo system and had a subwoofer and all of that already installed. I would have been looking to do the same thing, installing a head unit and all that, and eventually I would have put in a sub and an amp and all that crap, but the fact that this thing already had it all in there, again, saved me a little bit of time and money. So that was a huge thumbs up on my end when I originally bought this truck. Just those little things that saved me time. Even little things as far as having like HID headlights already installed saved me a little bit of money because they were already in there. Granted, whoever installed them did them like a moron, I think, because they didn't put them in a projection headlight housing. They put them into just your regular run-of-the-mill headlight housing, so it doesn't project the light the way that it should. It kind of just scatters it all over, but they still light up bright and you can still see where you're going. I don't like the fact that they were in the sport headlight units, so it has the two bulbs, but that's besides the point. We're talking about things that I like about the truck in this video, and the HIDs being installed in the stereo system is one thing that I liked. Another thing I like about this truck is the fact that it is a solid axle in the front and the rear. It has the Dana 44 solid axle up front. You got to remember, I was coming off of having a 97 F250, which was all independent front suspension. If I wanted a solid axle on that, I would have had to have done a Dana 60 axle swap and got a Dana 60 off of an F350. So I would have had to get a solid axle off a 1-ton Ford and have it swapped out, or swap it out myself. And in doing that, you would have had to do some brake line moving around to the brake lines and things like that. It's not ever just as simple as swapping the axle in and calling it good and you're off and down the road and driving. So there's more to it. But I like the fact that, granted, it's not a big, thick, beefy front axle. It does have a solid axle on the front, so that's a good thing. I can't remember 100% if I said that I didn't like the crack in the dash in my previous video of what I disliked about the truck, but speaking about the crack, I do like the fact that the whole dashboard is still there. Granted, yes, it does have a crack in it. I've seen the dashboards in some of these trucks where they have spider web cracked and there are huge chunks of plastic missing, and mine is not like that. At least the whole dash is still there, even though it does have a big crack down it. I also like the fact that overall this truck cleaned up pretty darn well, considering that the guy I bought it from was a smoker and he was a worker, man. I mean, I don't think he knows how to clean anything or has ever cleaned anything in his life, judging off how this truck was and the condition of it when I first bought it, because it was terrible. It stunk like cigarettes. It had stuff matted into the seats and the carpet, and it just looked like it had never been cleaned or washed or vacuumed or anything. So I did like the fact that once I went through and cleaned it all, it actually looked pretty darn decent. And now with simple wipe downs and vacuums of it, it's a pretty nice truck. It's in decent condition even on the inside, aside from the rip in the driver's seat over there from dragging your ass in and out of the seat, and that cigarette burn that's right there in the headliner. Overall, it cleans up pretty darn nice. Of course, I like the fact that I have the thin blue line Punisher skull from InShane Designs, and I wouldn't have known about InShane Designs if it wasn't for Mike, Street Speed 717, so I thank both of those guys for getting me in the know-how about Shane and his business and whatnot, so that I could get that super dope sticker to put on my back window. We do support the law enforcement and police, and that is just a super sick design in my opinion, to have the Punisher skull with the flag and the thin blue line. And honestly, that might be like a get out of tint ticket free right there. That might be my pass to not getting pulled over for my tint. If they roll up behind me and they see that, maybe it deters them from wanting to pull me over, because they say, oh man, this guy supports us, he's good, he can keep going. So yeah, we love that sticker. So thank you, InShane Designs and Street Speed 717 Mike. That sticker, it's fantastic, it's awesome, and I really love what you guys are doing and the things you do on your channel and stuff. It's great, so keep it up. And yeah, that's it, man. I love that sticker, and I will definitely purchase another one to put on the next truck. And I think I'm actually going to purchase the tailgate decal from Shane as well, and put the thin blue line flag across the tailgate, because man, let's face it, that just looks dope. And unfortunately, that is really all I have time for right now to go into detail about with this truck and what I like about it. I can do more on it later on, and I can do more like dislikes and more likes and stuff about it, or we can come up with other topics and I can go over some more and talk a little bit more about other things with the truck. We will see what happens as far as selling it. If I decide to let this kid's offer stand in my head and accept it, we'll find out. I told him I will text him on Sunday, let's get through the weekend and whatnot, see if anybody else comes to look at it, and I will be in touch with him on Sunday before the next work week begins. So we'll see. Maybe some more people will come and look at it. Maybe I'll just end up telling them no, and I'll take this kid's offer and tell them to come pick it up sometime over the weekend. But I highly doubt that. I'll give it the weekend and see if anyone else wants to check it out, and if I can get any more out of it or whatnot. And I might still be able to get exactly what I want out of this kid. I guess we won't know until the end of the weekend. So stay tuned to find out what happens, if we sell the truck or not. If the kid who just came to look at it takes it, if someone else comes along and looks at it and takes it, I don't know what's going to happen. You'll have to check. So if you guys like this video and you want to see what is going to happen with this truck, then make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see what truck is going to replace this, go ahead and subscribe so that you can follow along with the journey, with the adventure, and drop a comment down below. Tell me what you think I should look for. What should I shop for? What kind of truck should I replace this clean 2001 Dodge Ram 1500 with? Should I get a 2500? Should I get a Cummins? Should I get a gasser? What should I look for and replace this truck with? When I'm looking at the trucks, go ahead and leave in the comment section too things that I should look for as far as like mechanical stuff, things that I should check out and make sure that everything is good and whatnot. Let me know down in the comment sections of important things that you would look at when you were going to shop for a new vehicle. So that is it, guys. I'm gonna go in and take a shower and get some dinner, see the kids for a little bit before they go to bed. So remember, like the video, subscribe, and keep checking back to see what happens with the old truck saga. See ya!